Hey, it's April. Can you believe it? And here we are on our Team Rise chat. Lots of people are off doing spring break things, but we did want to take a minute and celebrate everything that was accomplished in the month of March. I mean, to tell you, our team was in action. We had 20 different team members that added customers last month. And I think the total with new customers, not because some of them bought 3 or 4 products, so the number was bigger than this, but just the Oregon team, well, everybody that's on Ashley's team added a total of 30, and together we added 40. So 40 new customers, and that is pretty exciting. So just wanted to congratulate everybody for stepping up, stepping out of your comfort zone, sharing Juice Plus. Kirsten had a new team member. I had a new team member. That was probably, we only had the 2, but there are people that are joining as a result of everything that happened in March. Sharice has a new person coming on this month that we'll meet and celebrate after all of our events in April. And so anyway, a great, awesome month. And I wanted to congratulate Ashley in particular as leader of the Oregon team, because that group had the biggest month that they've had in 10 months since I think last April. You had an amazing month too. So anyway, it was an awesome month, and just want to congratulate everybody involved, and thank you so much for stepping up.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you may have noticed or not yet that the theme for our customer page this month is Project Grow. And at first I thought, okay, well, we want to talk more than just the Tower Garden because that was kind of the purpose of the theme. So the pin post talks about that spring is a time when we all when everything is growing, everything's in bloom, nature is just showing the beauty and the abundance of what happens when things grow. And I wanted to hear where people wanted to grow, and whether it was in being more consistent, all of those things. So Ashley had posed a great idea for an exercise that we all could do, and we'll talk about this on Voxer too, but I wanted to throw it out to those of you who are on here because you might want to chime in on something you've been thinking about. And that's one area where you might choose to grow that you think would make the biggest difference for you in your business, maybe in your life too, but in your business. What's the one area that you'd really like to commit and go for that it isn't just in April, but really get going with that process in this month. So Sharice, I know you've been reading a personal growth book, and you've been doing a lot of things. I'm going to take you off of mute in a second so you don't have to worry about doing that while you're driving. By the way, you're sideways. It looks like you're laying down in your car. There you go. You've been doing a lot of things I'm guessing that's working on your belief, but if I pose that to you, one area where you think if you grew in that area, it would make the biggest difference for you in your business. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah. I know you and Ashley has been training me about my mindset, and I think that I'm finally having my breakthrough with that. And just detaching myself from the outcome has been very helpful, and developing me as a person too. So, and then that book that I'm reading, it's so powerful. I really am enjoying it, and just because the first chapter, she just talks about failures on why people doesn't succeed in this business. And then it was just really good to see that right away,
Yeah.
So.
And we learn tremendously from failure if we just don't shrink from it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a great teacher, and it's very seldom fatal. Just helps us. Yeah. So Kirsten, I don't know if you have anything that you can think of that an area where you'd like to grow or that you might commit to growing that might make a big difference for you. What comes to mind with that thought? Oh, let me unmute you. There you go. That's
Thank you.
There you are. Ah, you're muted again.
It says I'm muted. Oh, okay. I think I should be doing similar to Sharice, definitely the what's it called?
The mindset?
Yeah. Mindset definitely. And I think I could be doing more with posting on social media. Just like a variety of things, but staying more consistent with that too. That's been on my mind a lot.
Have you seen that that thing on Mission Driven Model that has examples of what you could do each day on posts that, some add value posts, some are curiosity posts. I'm going to put you back on mute for a second. But because it's a great guideline just to be present on Facebook, because I know that you guys that get responses on Facebook, it's from that being consistent and showing up in people's feeds and all of those things. But it gives you a lot of ideas, because I run out of ideas unless I look at something like that for, well, what could I talk about today? So that's a really good outline for that. And yeah, that can make a difference. And what it does for you, even if it doesn't immediately get you customers, I've heard Barbara say it, I've heard Ashley say it, people come back months later, are you still doing that juice thing? And because you do create the curiosity. And it gives you excellent practice at how to say things, right? So those are really both super worthwhile, and we're going to ask everybody to chime in on that as part of Project Grow, and we may extend that to the Team Rise page too, just so that people can share their progress on what they're committing to. And Ashley, did you have a thought in that area?
Yeah, two things came to mind. One is the continual practice of not prejudging, not answering for people. People come to mind and I don't even have to think about answering for them, but I do have to think about blocking those thoughts and saying, man, you never know. I mean, there are so many doctors that are on the Juice Plus people's teams, and you think like, oh, doctors need more money. Everybody's looking for extra income, paying off school bills. And like the midwife that I talked to, she said, oh, I'm picking up shifts because I just bought a new house. You just don't know where people are at.
Exactly.
That's one. And then the second one is I do really good with customer care in the beginning because you get the email reminders, but I want to do better on going through my customer genealogy and still continuing to touch them even though they don't necessarily show up as a reminder, and mentioning other products, talking more about the Omegas or the Tower Garden, since, maybe because it's the April theme, just saying, hey, we're highlighting our Tower Garden this month. Just want to let you know this is an awesome product. So I think, with those customer calls or emails or touches, looking at what they have ordered and introducing, hey, I don't know if you knew that we had this, but, so I think that's an area as well.
So, and just thinking about the tools that we have to do that, email would be an option. And if you wanted to send, use that app that we have the tutorial on, Hey You, if you have an iPhone, because you can embed a video, you can kind of tailor what your message is with the theme of the month, have a customer list created there, and with very little extra work, be able to touch everybody individually. So that would be a great thing to do too. So yeah, those are all great. And I think I would have to tell you that when I started this business 23 years ago, I kind of lose track. 23 years ago, I was a voracious reader. Most of the books that I have are from things that I started reading back then because it was so outside of my comfort zone, so outside of my belief in myself. And I have really Hey, Cherise, welcome back. I have really slowed down on doing that. And I have bought a ton of books.
I don't understand. I have a release slowdown.
Okay.
But I can search the web for it.
Hey, go back to sleep, Siri.
Siri wanted to do the
You're
conversation.
talking to me. I'm not anywhere near my phone. But anyway, something got through to her. Not sure what it was. But anyway, I was thinking about all these books that I bought of late, and I'm not cracking them. It's like, so it's something that I'm trying to figure out, okay, where can I put that in my day? Because I try and keep the exercise and those things and my time with the Lord first thing in the day. And can I really eke out another half hour or something during that time frame? So yeah, believe me, you don't get to a place where growing isn't a good idea. And the biggest thing that I always remember Sean Myers saying, we are happiest when we are growing. You look back at the most challenging things, and Kirsten, when you were saying, just your comfort level and your mindset with all that we do, and not deciding for people or backing off, all those things that we've talked about, when you push through those things and become larger as a person, you're going to look back at that process of changing and growing as some of the best times of your life, right? But it doesn't feel like that when you're going through it. Growth is always a choice, and it's always a challenge. And so anyway, that it will carry that theme on. I also just wanted to tell you, I will post a great guideline for all of you who are going to conference on people that you want to grab and interview, especially you guys, if this is your first conference. It's kind of a checklist on the mindset stuff, but also think that, and unless you've already posted that, Ashley, have you posted that anywhere? Okay, it's Mike, Mariah's husband.
Michael.
Michael, yes, I called him Mike, and I thought, that's not it. Michael, yeah, Michael Brown put it together, and it's just awesome. And so I want to share it with you guys to maximize conference, because that's coming up in a few weeks here.
Hey.
And look forward to that too. So, okay, I think that is a wrap. Unless you guys have some other things you wanted to share, just anything going on that you want to do a shout out about.
I think we're good. Thanks.
Okay.
And that'll be good to continue the conversation on Voxer about one simple change that we want to grow. And then, even after conference, checking in, how's that going? Or
Exactly. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.